Even I had a couple of incidents wherein my friends took an advantage of my voice in order to impress a girl, and that was kind of, oh my god! I mean, that was something really hilarious, and I never wanted to do that, but for the sake of my friends, I had to do that. So it's been happening over and over again with me, and that's something really interesting and hilarious when I see and think about it.
Hi Ravish, how are you?
Hello, ma'am. I'm good. How are you?
I am doing fine. Thank you so much for asking. No, Kumar, not Ravish, Kumar. I like this name,
Yeah,
Kumar.
thank you.
Okay, so how have you been? What is your channel going and how is your channel going? What are you doing these days?
Uh, okay, I think channel looks okay. Uh, like nothing major change as such. I've been
Mhm.
uploading videos probably twice in a week,
Mhm.
and I'm hoping that it should get better and better, as day progresses.
Mhm.
So so far so good, I would say.
That's really great. I went to your channel one day and I think I
Oh,
saw one video and I don't know whose video was that. I think it was with Shruti or with some other trainer. And I was just watching your comments. There is one guy from Sri Lanka, I guess, and he sends lots of blessings to you. I was just reading, one or two videos. I just saw it. I couldn't finish it due to time constraint. But
yeah.
when I saw it, he gives you a lot of blessings from Sri Lanka. So I think your channel is a big hit in Sri Lanka. Huh? I really love to see it. He was giving you lots of blessings. So it was like, that's
Yeah.
great. Okay. So, if you don't mind, can I ask you some questions? I mean, one or two questions, not more.
Sure,
I
ma'am.
just would
Absolutely.
like to, thanks.
Yeah,
I just
absolutely.
wanted to know since you're already working, and last time you told me that you are handling staffing, right? US staffing, I
Yeah.
guess, right? So
Yes.
I just wanted to understand that why did you open this channel when you're already doing a job? Isn't it hectic at times to do the uploading of your videos, also talking to people, then not taking rest, enough rest, and then again going to office and work? And again, your shift is something which is evening shift. I'm pretty sure your body cycle is not, I think it has become used to it. But again, nobody's happy in this shift, I guess. Isn't it?
Uh, when it comes to shift, if I have to answer this question, because it's been a while, I have been working in night shift. So that has never been a major concern for me because maybe if somebody starts working in night, in night shift, then it could be difficult at times for somebody to adjust and follow the cycle and everything. But for me particularly, so it's since I have been into this already for like I think last 10 years, so I'm used to it. So it's nothing much bothering as far as my shift is concerned. And yeah, answering to your question, like what keeps me motivated or what is the reason why I'm doing YouTube as well, not getting enough sleep. Um, so I thought because job is something which can be monotonous at certain point in time because that happens in everyone's life, I believe. And if you're doing something kind of side hustle or something of your interest that can also give you happiness, or one should definitely delve towards the side hustle, I believe. I have many a times I have seen people talking about or experts talking about that you must not be just doing one thing or one monotonous thing because it'll not be very interesting at certain point in time. So just to cut those monotony, or if you wanted to do something else, you must go ahead and do something, because I have seen people who are, say, wanted to pursue their passion into music, arts, or anything of their interest. So they, of course, go ahead and do it. So I also thought let's take a chance and see how YouTube works out for me. And I realized I've got recommendation from a lot of people as well, from my friends and from colleagues and everybody. So I thought like, okay, let's get into it and see how the response is. And if I am able to probably teach or educate somebody when it comes to education or when it comes to English speaking skills, so I'll be more than happy. So what I have to do, I simply have to connect with you people, right? Somebody who speaks really well, and have this conversation recorded and present it on YouTube or upload it on YouTube for learners. So I think it's a great thing, right? And when it comes to editing and doing a lot of stuff behind the scene, uh, it does not take a lot of time because it's been a while doing all this stuff. So I think I get time. Maybe I when somebody comes back from their office, it's not that they'll probably sleep for hours, maybe 10 hours or 9 hours. I restrict myself to probably 6 hours, 6.5 or 7 hours maximum, and then whatever time that are left with me, I make sure that it gets utilized maybe by talking to you or somebody on YouTube, right? And then if I have some time, I watch Netflix or of something, maybe of my interest. I love doing that. So yeah, that's what I do.
Okay. So if I
Yeah.
ask you, what is that one thing that you have learned in these conversations? So what would it be? What would be that one thing that you have learned conversing with different kind of people, or what have you come to know that you did not know about earlier? Because when I was watching your channel, I was looking at your comments. That point in time, I saw that everybody was trying to connect with you. They were trying to say, "Sir, you did not reply to my email. Please send me the email back. I want to connect with you. I want to talk with you." So I was just looking into it. And when I
Yeah.
got to know that, I thought, whenever I meet Kumar, I'm definitely going to ask, have you ever connected with everybody whosoever has commented, or when you missed it, you met somebody and someone is like your diehard fan? How did you feel, or what is that one thing that you have learned from these sessions?
I think if I have to quote one, I don't think there's just one thing. There could be a number of things because when you talk to somebody or probably 100 people, they have different notions and opinion about you. As per their experience, they'll give you certain feedbacks, right? So it's hard for me to quote just one. Like even I remember I had a conversation with you the other day when you were talking about my shortcomings or loopholes where I was actually lacking. Yeah. So similar kind of feedback that I have been getting from a lot of other people as well. Uh, so like talk about the errors while I communicate, maybe certain grammatical errors, sometimes maybe certain pronunciation error, sometimes rate of speech a little bit higher at certain point in time, then using a lot of fillers. So a lot of things I would say, and I always aspire to become a fluent speaker and ensuring that I commit less mistakes while I speak. But that's again, since I'm into learning phase, and mistakes is something that is inevitable. That'll happen whenever I'll speak to anybody. And but all I would ensure is that it should be at minimal stage. I should ensure that whenever I communicate, I that shouldn't be that shouldn't sound like I'm making a lot of mistakes because that'll leave you a negative impression while you communicate. So that's the learnings I've been working on. And if I have to come to the second part of your question, how do you feel when people uh, uh, talks good about you or appreciates? So multiple times, ma'am, I have to be honest with you. I have getting good comments about my voice. People have said a lot many good things about it, and somebody wanted me to see as a voiceover artist. Somebody wanted to see me as a radio jockey. somebody want to see me a video presenter or as a voiceover for Hollywood movies and stuff like that. So whenever I see same comments happening over and over again, that gives me a kind of energy or dopamine flowing inside my body. uh,
Mm-hmm.
I get really excited and feel really happy about these good comments. And when it comes to my colleagues, my friends, acquaintances, even I would like to share you a couple of incidents where I made a random call, and then I got a call back from some of the speakers saying that you've got a great voice. So when I see that happening at certain point in time, uh, I kind of get into all those, like, what's happening? And if everybody's liking my voice, why don't I get into it and experiment myself?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it really feels great when you get comments, and even I have been getting such comments from Americans as well, who have
Mm-hmm.
been great speakers at certain point in time in
Mm-hmm.
offices, workplace, and probably many other places.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it feels really great. And I think explaining all those things in words
Mm-hmm.
probably isn't possible for me.
Absolutely. My
Yeah.
next question is, have you ever taken advantage of your voice for doing some sales or getting some kind of advantage at some grocery or somewhere else? And you knew it. If I'm going to talk in my fine tone voice, I'm definitely going to get it.
Ma'am, I'll share you one incident. I think it's been around 10 years back when I got a chance. Actually, one colleague of mine, he was senior, and what he said is, I'll connect you with probably a director of a company wherein we have to make the sale, right? So all you have to do is you have to present yourself as if you're a director of this company, and these are the topics, these are the script that you have to go about it. So I was given that task, and when I had a conversation with that guy, he was really impressed, and people were laughing at the sitting next to me when I was talking to them, pretending that as if I were a director of the company. So I took the advantage of it many a times, I would say, not just once. Even I had a couple of incidents wherein my friends took an advantage of my voice in order to impress a girl, and that was kind of, oh my God. I mean, that was something really hilarious. And I never wanted to do that. But for the sake of my friend, I had to do that. So
Okay.
it's been happening over and over again with me. And that's something really interesting and hilarious when I see and think about it.
Okay. And do you do mimicry as well?
Not really. Not really, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. So, what is that one thing that you love about yourself? I mean, apart from your voice, what is that one thing that you really feel that I'm blessed with this particular thing in me or quality in me?
I think I'm always honest to others and myself. I really not love to brag. I really not love to lie, which I think most of the people do based on their situation or unconditionally. So I'm really proud of that one uh,
Quality.
attribute, quality, yeah, within me.
Okay. So, do you have any scenario wherein you have lied because of your situation, or maybe that was a situation which you could not avoid and later on you regretted about it?
I think it might have happened in school, wherein there's a high possibility that when you do not lie, you will be caught or bitten up at certain point in time. So, so I'm sure that I must have lied when I was back in school.
Okay. Do you remember one incident wherein you lied at home and you were caught later?
I don't remember exactly. I would have lied. It must not be of great value, or probably something, um,
Okay.
yeah, that could create a scene wherein it's not going to be helpful for me. But It would be very small, small things, I might have lied. I'm not saying that I've never lied, but consciously I never do that.
Okay.
And there is a high possibility whenever I try doing that,
Hmm.
I tend to get caught. So by all these things, the fear in mind, I never do that.
Okay. Which is
Yeah.
the best day of your life? I mean, like every day is good, every day is the best, but which is the best day? Which is that one day where you feel this is the best day of my life?
These questions are really something really tricky for me because I don't remember if there was one day which I could say proudly that okay, I've achieved something or this is the best day in my life. Hard to
So,
quote, hard to say that.
so out of all, just pick one. Maybe you have 10. Just give me one. Or I would say, let me twist it. Or let me twist it, let me rephrase it. When was the last time you were the happiest?
The happiest. Wow. I'll have to be honest with you because I don't really remember. Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
Maybe if you could probably answer this question, if I have to ask this question to you,
I am happy every day, basically. But if I
we
talk
have to
about
say the
one
happiest.
day, um, I think when my daughter was born, yeah,
Wow. Okay.
I think I cannot explain that word. I'm speechless. That day was something which I cannot forget. And I think that feeling cannot be expressed. So that was the day. Yeah.
Awesome.
So my next question, Ravish. Talk about an incident wherein somebody came to you for help, but you couldn't help and you said no to it. Because the kind of person you are, I could feel it that you're very helpful. As you told me that you went out of the box and helped your friends also. So I'm pretty sure that you're very helpful. But that one incident wherein you literally had to say no.
Multiple times. I think one of my not close friends, I knew him. He was my colleague, I would say. He approached me when there was COVID, and he literally called me and said that, "Look, I and my wife, we've got COVID, and if you could probably help me with some money, and we don't have enough money to get myself hospitalized, and we are into a difficult situation. If you could probably help me." I think he was going to many other people as well. So I remember that incident when I said no because I didn't have enough money at that point in time. Even I was struggling with the COVID. So he came to me. He came upfront, and I remember I was not talking to him very often than not. He was just a colleague, and all of a sudden he called me back. I don't know where he got my number, and he reached out to me asking for money, and then I couldn't help him. And then I realized finally, and I regretted that if I had probably enough money at that point in time, I could have helped him, but that didn't happen. So yeah, I still realize that.
Okay. My last question, because the time is getting over. My last question. What is that one thing, Dev Kumar, that you have changed in yourself, wherein earlier you were something different and today you feel that it is not for betterment? Of course, you have changed something because you had to. Like most of the people become practical at times,
Right.
right? They were emotional earlier and they became practical later. Okay, so that is just an example that I'm giving. So that, is there anything that you have changed in yourself and later on you regretted, why am I not the one which I used to be? I really would like to be that kind of person, but I can't be now because you have changed yourself.
I think that's really a great question. And I remember when we were a child growing up, we were not expecting anything out of anybody, right? Because we're helped with probably everything by our parents, teachers. I don't expect anything in return. But as time progresses, or I would say as time progressed, I mean, there are certain qualities which gets imbibed over the period of time, and which you don't want that should happen in your life. Say, for
Mm-hmm.
example, uh, you are becoming, you know the art of dealing with people, and despite of the fact that you know that this is not good, you know how to play with the words, you know how to, act diplomatically. That is something, these are the characteristics that gets into you, that gets imbibed as you grow up. So later you realize that, okay, these are the certain things. I think that should not come, because you should be open hearted all the time. You should realize and understand somebody's pain, and if somebody is approaching to you with some kind of expectations, then you should
Mm-hmm.
understand the pain, you should understand the problems, and accordingly you should act. But I think that is probably fading away these days. And you know how to deal with people, and sometimes even, I have seen, they'll take people are there are a lot of people who will take undue advantage of yours. So at sometimes you know the art, and you know how to deal with it, but at the back of the mind you realize that, okay, if this guy is really going through some hardship, you must go ahead and help him out or help them out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but over the period of time, when you knew that that's something that you should know how to deal with these people, and when you play with your words, when you play diplomatically, so that happens. I think that's something that keeps changing over the
Mm-hmm.
period of time. Yeah, that's what I realized.
Okay, so I would like to twist this question a bit. Sometimes we actually listen to our heart. Like you said, we have to change, we have to be manipulative. And later on, we feel that, oh, this person is going through hardships. I should not do that. But later on, let's say we are listening to our heart and we did something good, which is not our nature. We have completely changed. And later on, you got to know that your result is opposite. You were right before. You were supposed to manipulate that person because that was the right thing. Okay, later on the result was not desirable. That means later on you realize that he deserves that kind of behavior or kind of attitude, and later on you got to know that he's ditching or cheating people. Then how would you feel, or how you must have felt in case if this had ever happened with you? So how you would have felt, or how you had felt in case this thing had already happened with you?
Ma'am, I have been learning with my intuition as well, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody's trying to act smart or trying to take an undue advantage, I
Mm-hmm.
get a sense of it. Most of the times that have already happened with me. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know from where I get those senses, but I
Mm-hmm.
get cautious, and I realize that, okay, this is not something, this person is probably going right about it, or he might take the undue advantage, like I mentioned. So I
Mm-hmm.
get a sense of it, and I
Mm-hmm.
also believe sometimes on my intuition, and
Mm-hmm.
accordingly I take steps. I might be wrong at certain point, and I'm not saying that 100% whatever I'm doing, that's correct. But
Mm-hmm.
even I believe on intuition as well, and
Mm-hmm.
I work accordingly.
That's really great. I think sixth sense is the best thing that we can say, and it always helps. It has helped multiple times, but I failed multiple times. I try to help people, and later on, I get to know something else. So I learn from my mistakes, I guess. My sixth sense is not that straight, I guess. So it was a great conversation, Kumar, and I really loved this session. How about you?
So
Today
I
was
mean,
really.
again, it's always my pleasure. Whenever I connect to you, I
Mhm,
get to learn so many things because you being so experienced,
mhm,
and I really try to work on my feedback that you share.
mhm,
And at the same time, I really like talking to you, and touching upon all those points.
mhm.
So same here. I really like the way you communicate and present things.
That's really
So
great.
yeah, overall, it was really great session.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And just one feedback. I have noticed that time and again you said yes, this and everything, of everything. That is one thing that you really need to work on, I guess. Because anytime what happens, whenever we talk, Yeah, I like kiwis, oranges, and all. Yeah, that's all. All of everything. That is something which is not to the point. But most of the conversation, I mean, I did not find much fillers today. You have really worked on your feedback and you are working. And I really loved talking. And I that is the reason I chose different topic today. I never wanted to go with PDF, and I hope you did not mind. And I
Absolutely
wanted
not.
to take these questions because that point in time, your spontaneity has come ahead. And I have seen that your impromptu speaking power. And that's really great. And with your voice, actually, you can make any situation from good to better and better to excellent.
Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you, Kumar. It was great connecting with you. Lovely talking to you. And hope you do good. What would I say? It was an excellent session.
same here. Same here. Thank you. You have a great
Thank
day, ma'am.
you. Do the same. Take good care of yourself. Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.